Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, May 28th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is every thought is part of the consciousness flow. And today we are meant to be in the flow, but we are building into this full moon energy and we have a few things that are working us. The first thing though I do want you to pay attention to is bringing your mind back to your thoughts. Are they good thoughts? Are they not so good thoughts? Happy, negative, analytical, judgmental, perceptive? What alignment is your thinking at right now? This is really important because these thoughts are part of the flow of consciousness that create. And so we have to bring some vigilance, bring some awareness, bring conscientiousness to what we are thinking into the world. Especially with full moon energy, the power is all behind it. We got some interesting things, like I said, brewing that really do feed into it. I want to get into the full moon, and I'm going to get into the full moon Sabian symbol that's happening tomorrow, but I'm going to start with the other aspects. The first aspect of the day is the moon in Scorpio opposite Mercury. Mercury is finishing up in Taurus. In fact, today is about the final full day. It's the final full day. It's going to shift like I think 4 p.m. on Tuesday, but you know, today's really the beginning of the wrap up. When we reach the final degrees of any given sign, it's like here's where the tests are. Have you learned your lesson? So with Mercury and Taurus, have you learned the lessons around worthiness? And of course, we have Uranus in Taurus, which is really shaking stuff up and helping us really dig in to shift, revolutionize when it comes to our worth. But with Mercury, we have to be very conscientious. What are you thinking? Well, with the moon building into her fullness opposite Mercury in Taurus, you can rest assured that there may be some of those thoughts coming up to the surface that you have been repressing. I do have some interesting cards that I'm going to show you these two now. We've got the fighting card and the sorrow card. These are both mental cards as well as the control card in reverse. This is my feeling with the control card in reverse. We don't have any control over the fact that these things are coming up, but we can work on what are we going to think about these thoughts that we are already thinking. Again, it goes back to this is good, this is bad. Okay, so I'm thinking this thing. Am I going to take it on this downward journey? Or do you think that I can maybe shift, reframe this, work it, find my worthiness, ask those questions. Where's the good? Where's the joy? Where's the lesson? And where is the love in this? And maybe start to shift these things that come up. I am reading the best book. Anybody who's been following me for a long time knows I love Sarah Beek. All of her books have spoken to me so much. And her story in Revelations, what she had to shift and what she worked with, including shifting a relationship with a negative, nefarious being, I think is what she would call it, a nefarious being, her shifting of that. We all have this ability to do this. And in this energy, as these nefarious thoughts, these shadow energies that we've carried rise to be shifted, it's up to you to work with it. It's like you can't avoid the part of yourself that wants to fight it, reject it, push it away. We all have that reaction, like, I don't want to deal with this. And then the pain from your part of yourself that's being pushed away, and the pain of yourself that has to face the pain, the hurt, whatever. There is that. We can't really control that part. However, oh God, it's so good. If we can just slow down and be present, we are going to find there are gifts in these situations. There's gifts. There's stuff that's going to boost us forward, bring us to the next step in our personal self and in our development. Beautiful opportunity. There's another thing that's happening today that I think feeds into this. And I think gives us this ability. God, Pluto today is working with Lilith energy. Pluto, that transformation, empowerment energy. Lilith, the one unto yourselfness. But like the power of the divine feminine, even the primal feminine, is the staying power. To stay with that which hurts you. Again, my mind is so much on this book because I've been reading it like all day. So good. Revelations by Sarah Beacon. I recommend her other books too, in case you're wondering. But one of the things that she was talking about is at Jesus' crucifixion, who stayed? It was the women who stayed, in their full grief, but, holding steady that energy, even as they had their own pain. That's the power of the feminine. Lilith brings you that in this connection with Pluto, that staying power to come and nurture yourself and not just tune out. That is one of the powers of the feminine. And that is a power that we all need to cling to over these next several days as we go through many interesting little transits. That being said, Moon is shifting into Sagittarius. I think that's going to be a little bit of a blessing, even though we're still building into the full moon energy, and it may amp up some push-pull in our mind. Sagittarius overwhelmingly can step into the positive. It can step into the optimism. See if you can bring that. Again, where's the joy? Where's the good? Where's the lesson? And where is the love in this situation? All of that will help you find the glimmers of light in any situation. There's always glimmers of light because there's nothing that is completely devoid of light. So keep looking for that. Let's talk a little bit about this full moon too, because this is really where the energy mantra came to for me. The full moon is at 8 degrees, that degree of responsibility. How are we responding? It's up to us. But I love this. Within the depths of the earth, new elements are being formed. But I have to tell you, the way that I read it, sometimes I can be a little bit dyslexic. The way I read it is within the depths, there is a new earth elements being formed. So basically, I read it as initially, and up until I just read it now, I read it as that, which is not a mistake. I read it as a new earth being formed. And I believe in every moment we're creating something. So whether it's new elements or new earth, there is creation that is happening in the center of ourselves, in the center of the earth, in the center of the galaxy, in the center of the universe, all of these things. What is being created and what are you feeding into that? Are you feeding your very best self into it? Are you realizing that these experiences that we're going through are feeding into it and helping us create even better experiences in and through these things? The keynote is the alchemical fire, which both purifies and transforms the very substances of man's inner life. I would say that this year, 2018, has definitely been an alchemical fire, but I would say that about 2017 and 2016 as well. We have been going through it. Astrologically, I believe it's going to be continuing to build up till 2020, when it's going to hit a point. But remember this, as we are working with all of these things, you are transmuting, you are alchemizing, you are shifting, and it's up to you which direction that you're going to take it, and remembering to slow down and witness the gift in that. Now, in order for that, you need discernment. You are developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. We all need to take our discernment with us in and through this. I think as we keep going, it's going to be really easy to fall into the fear and into those old illusions and to forget the power that we have. We have to remember that Jupiter and Scorpio energy, digging in, rooting the power back within us. This is all part of what's happening astrologically right now. Taking away those foundations, those structures that have been outside of us, and rooting back in within. So, even though that's Scorpio energy, one in Sagittarius, it's coming up very strong right now. One last thing that's happening in the day, the sun is going to be in conjunct Saturn. That Saturn energy also at 8 degrees. So Saturn's reminding us, is it at 8 degrees? Let me just look right here really quick because I'm like, wait, is it? No, it's shifted. It's shifted to 7 degrees. Sun in conjunct Saturn at 7 degrees. So there's that degree of flow. I was going to say it's that responsibility, but it's that degree of flow. We may not think that we're really in the flow. We may be overthinking what's going on. Stop, drop, meditate. Get out of your head. The head right now is going to be, well, it's a friend because it helps you redirect, but the mental energy right now, could really feel like it's what's, you know, when they pull the tablecloth, the dishes and the tablecloth, it kind of feels like that. So stop, drop, meditate, recenter, remember your power. That's going to help. Last thing, I asked Joe to pull a card for the day, and he will come on camera one day when he's ready. But I love this, especially in regards to the new earth, which is what I related it to. It's the Ten of Pentacles in the dragon deck, and I love that there's dragon butt here going on. But I love what it says in this little book. The gate to the kingdom, a solid foundation, well-being. This new moon, think of it as the gate to the kingdom. Are you coming through with your dragon self, in and out of your power? That is what is being called for all of us at this time. So, that is it for today. Sorry, it's out a little bit late, but I did get it done. You can book a reading, GaiaBlooming.com, or email mimiclark@gmail.com, and I will send you an invoice if you would like. There's enough love in the world for you, and the better it gets, the better it gets. Namaste.